I don't even know what the right word is to say. I don't think there are any right words to say in this situation. I wrote a blog post that I had shared on all of my social medias. In fact, I actually just screenshotted that blog post and posted it on my Instagram, which kind of articulated to the best of my ability my thoughts. I don't want to sit here and say the wrong thing for the sake of just saying anything. It's really evident that this world needs a change, that there needs to be more solidarity with people of all walks of life. I remember being younger and quickly being the one to throw out, well, all lives matter when it came to the Black Lives Matter movement. And that is not me being ignorant, but in a sense, my ignorance, because it didn't directly affect me, was very evident. And it did take a blog post from a very fond friend of mine who I think very highly of, who happens to be a young Black man in this country. It took for him to articulate his words for me to realize about myself. More that I thought about my argument as to quickly rebuttal with all lives matter. All lives can't matter until Black lives matter, until everybody's accounted for. And I said all lives matter not as a way to dismiss that movement. I want to make that very clear. And I know in my heart of hearts that I've never been the kind of person who has ever looked at anybody differently because they look differently than me. I looked at a person based on how that person interacts in this world, how this person carries themselves, how this person treats me. And I never looked at it as black, white, purple, black, I never looked at it that way. It certainly changed my tune about a lot of things on how I feel in current day affairs. It might not affect me and I might not ever understand it, but it's my privilege as a white female to use my voice to make your voice heard. I am taking this time to educate myself, and I will be sure to list a bunch of other ways that you can help. If protesting is not something up your alley, or donating, there's plenty of ways to educate yourself, to make yourself more of an advocate, to make yourself more educated, to be able to bring productive conversation to the table. So, on a lighter note, today I am here discussing some of my favorite products that I discovered in the month of May. And if you're interested to see what those products are, then keep on watching. May was a whirlwind. I feel like the last week of May alone, especially with all the current affairs going on in the world, it's been a lot to digest. Like a lot. I can't even tell you what happened at the beginning of the month because it seems like that was 7 years ago. The first half of the month was completely different from the second half of the month. At the start of the month, I thought that I had really established routines for myself, and I thought I was really stepping in the right direction, and I felt good. I was starting a new workout program. I was being really hardcore on my habits and everything felt great. Here we are, the state opening back up, and there's different parts of the region that are resuming back to status quo, and here I am being furloughed. It was quite an overhaul, and it was quite a dramatic overhaul in a very short amount of time. It was magnified with everything that's been happening, and it's a tough pill to swallow. It's a very uncomfortable time, and as a matter of fact, that's why I named the title of that blog post Uncomfortable, and I thought a lot of people were going to be like upset that I wrote it that way, but I had been mulling over the thoughts in my head for days on end, to the point I was losing sleep over it. I didn't know how to articulate the words. And like I said, there is no right thing to say. There is no cure-all band-aid. But having those conversations is a step in the right direction. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and make this whole video about that. I have used my platform to speak about it. I have used my social media guidance. I have used my privilege as a white female to speak out about the issue. I wrote this in my blog post that we live in a world where there is ample opportunity to change opinion when given new insight. I know somebody at the end of the day is going to be upset about what I said, or that I didn't say the right thing, or I didn't say what should have been said. I don't know what is to be said. And I think that's really the hard thing to take away from this. I don't know how to fix it. I know that conversation and education and listening to people who are experiencing these problems is a start. And like I said, my inbox is always open. If anybody needs a friend, needs solace, and needs just affirmation, any way that I can help, I am willing to help you in this fight. I will never understand, but I stand with you. Thank you for allowing me to use my platform to speak on something that really has been affecting me, has been bothering me, and bothering a lot of us. So, yeah. Now I feel that I'm just like really rattled and I'm like all over the board, but let's lasso her back in. Let's get this together. So one of the products I discovered this month was kind of by accident. So as you guys know, I am a longtime lover of Sol de Janeiro, and I had placed an order with them because I was running low on my stockpile. I didn't know that Sol de Janeiro does partnerships with other companies, and I thought that was really cool, and I had no idea that I was even getting this product. I had seen this on other social influencers pages, and I thought there's no way that that thing works. Like, I want to try it for myself, but I don't want to spend the money, or I just didn't think to spend the money. But that was the makeup eraser, and immediately fell in love with it. So much, in fact, that I bought a full size in the plum color. And this has two sides of it. It has a side that has shorter little bristles that acts as more of just a cleansing side. And then you flip it over, and this side has longer fibers that acts as an exfoliator. Small size is obviously really small compared to the normal regular size. And this is supposed to last for about like 1 to 2 weeks before you have to wash it again. Both of these can be thrown right into the wash. They can go in with your towels. They are detergent, fabric softener, dryer, sheet friendly. And they have 0 chemicals in them, and all it takes to wash your face is just water. It took off all traces of stubborn waterproof mascara, eyeliner, all of it. When you think about the longevity of how long this is going to last you, one of these is to last you 3 to 5 years. That's the equivalent of 3,600 makeup wipes. That's gross. GrandeLASH MD Lash Enhancing Serum. This is a 4-week supply. The package that I got this in also came with a full-size lip plumper, and I think it was only $25 because I was too afraid to commit to actually doing a full lash serum. Love the look of falsies, but I hate applying them every day. And I'm somebody who has done lash extensions in the past, and I loved them. I loved my lash extensions, but I was starting to get to the point where every 2-week fill, I was losing all of them. And I figured a 4-week supply would be enough to decide if it was worth spending the money on the full size. Hands down, 100%. Because when I started this, again, I will post a picture up here of my natural lashes on day 1 before even applying the serum. And it's hard to tell because I have mascara on, but even with my natural lash, you can just tell that there's a difference. As a matter of fact, I was FaceTiming with my boyfriend a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Do you have mascara on?" And I had just like finished my nighttime routine, and I was like, "No." He goes, "Your lashes are so long." As a matter of fact, I know that I have one eyelash that's like over here, and it's straight up just like, it just sticks out, and it's so long, and I'm so afraid to pluck it. It doesn't sting my eyes, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't burn, nothing like that. It's just a lash serum that goes on at night. Just take a little eyebrow spoolie brush and just brush them all out even before I curl my lashes, which I think has tremendously helped. And they look fantastic. I'm not comfortable saying that this was a favorite discovered in the month of May because I've been using the product prior, but I bought a full size of it in a different flavor. That was the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and I got mine in vanilla. I had received a sample of this probably in a Sephora order, and it was a tiny little, like literally maybe a 1/5 of the size of this. And I had been using that for months, literally months. I would use it every single night before I went to bed, and it just seemed like that it wasn't getting any smaller. I got this thing maybe mid-April, maybe even the end of April, and I have barely made a dent in it. So this guy retails for $20, and at first I thought that was a little absurd because I did not realize how big it was. Knowing that this thing is $20 and knowing how long that the small sample size lasts me, which was like a 1/5 of the size of this, I know this is something that's going to last me forever. I use this as part of my nighttime routine, so I'll put my lash serum on, I'll put my cuticle oil on, and then I will put this on, and it leaves my lips feeling super plump and luscious to the point where it's like I can wake up in the morning and not need a chapstick. When I don't use it consistently, your girl notices immediately. I ain't kissing anybody, but I'll tell you that when I do, and when I do see my boyfriend, he gonna say something because these lips are luscious. They're real luscious. It's something that I'm so freaking proud of. So being that I've been working from home and being that I've been locked up in my quarters here, I felt my room was a little stuffy. I said that I wanted to buy some plants. Matter of fact, I have been known to kill almost any plant I've ever had, ever. I had gotten flowers and I wanted to make them last a really long time. And I had read something on Pinterest that said, if you put a little vodka in your flowers, it helps them grow. They never specified how much vodka, and my flowers got drunk and then they just fell over. So I don't have a green thumb. I never have, never claimed to have, but I want to. I really want to. I figure if I could take care of a plant, maybe someday I could take care of a kid. That's a really far stretch, Sarah. Anyhow, I bought a bunch of different types of plants and I have been catering to them, talking to them, and just letting them get as much sunlight as possible. And as a matter of fact, I had a little sprout. So I bought a plant kit. I don't remember the name of it, so I'm already a bad plant mom, but I bought a little kit and I put it all in and I thought immediately I screwed it up. I'm like, there's no way that we're gonna get any sort of sprout in here because like I drowned them, I killed them, there's no way it's gonna happen. And I happened to be, you know, going over there one day to water my plants and I see this little sprout just pop up and I was like, this is the proudest moment of my life. 2 little sprouts in one of my plants, the other 2, I don't know what happened to them. I've become that crazy plant mom. I don't know how to take care of plants. I like to think I do. I don't. I don't know if I want to call this an intangible item because it is a physical item, but I think for the sake of this video, because we've been on a roller coaster of emotions. We started the video really hard and heavy and somber with all of the current events in the world, and then I just like had a moment of just proud mama bear with my plants. So consider this one maybe the intangible item. I had decided I was going to complete my very own workout split for the entire month, meaning I was taking a new workout every single day and making a complete workout program for that day for the entire month of May. I was doing workouts that I genuinely loved doing, that I was excited to do. I had bought some new equipment that made me even more excited to do these workouts, and I had so much fun doing them. Obviously that all kind of derailed with the last week of the month, but I think rightfully so because my head just wasn't really in the right space. But I had decided that I'm going to be doing the same thing again in June. As a matter of fact, I recruited Amanda to join with me, as well as one of my other friends who was interested in the program herself. And by no means am I a dietitian or a fitness coach or whatnot, but it's workouts that I enjoy doing. Workouts that were low impact on my body ailments because I have a lot of hip problems, I have a lot of knee problems, and my shoulder is something that's bothering me and something I've been rehabbing for quite a while. When I was doing the workout split, I was really thorough with my eating and whatnot, and I decided for the month of June, I'm not going to count calories because I feel that I become way too restrictive when I do that. I've just decided that I am going to be doing intermittent fasting, kind of. So instead of maybe doing intermittent fasting for like 16 to 18 hours, I'm just going to plan on restarting my system every day with a circadian rhythm. Is that not to say that by the end of the month that maybe I am doing a 16, 17, 18 hour fast? That could be the case. But as of right now, I'm not really worrying so much on the focus of the macro counting or that regard, because I do become very obsessive when I do that. In the past, I've done workout split videos where I discuss them, but I never really went into full detail as to like what the program was. Being that I am completing this thing from start to finish, it is something I'm a little bit more educated in. So if you guys are interested, do let me know in a comment below. We have 2 other people that are holding me accountable, which is making me feel much more purposeful when it comes to my workouts. And I guess in that sense, that's the intangible, is that I'm being held more accountable for my things. I guess, okay, the intangible item this month is accountability. You guys just watched me have a revelation while filming. Accountability 100% has been this whole feeling of May, that I've been more accountable for myself when it comes to my fitness. I've become more accountable for myself for creating content, for being more present for my people in my life, for my friends, my boyfriend, my family, being more accountable and being more present. And even in my community now, especially as a white female in the world we're living in right now, I am much more accountable and much more had the word, it's gone. Well, heck and Bob, that's what the intangible is. It's the accountability. Now, this video was all over the board, and at the start of the video, I was almost in near tears talking, and now I really don't know how to kind of piece it all together. Educating, not destroying, not looting, not rioting for the wrong reasons. I encourage you to educate yourself on how you can become a part of the change. I encourage you to sign petitions. I encourage you to learn about your local leaders, and I encourage you to register to vote. So in November, you can be heard. You can make the changes. I think a murder hornet just flew into my window. I will be sure to list all my social medias down below too, as well as my website with a link to all of the items discussed, as well as all my thoughts. And you can find that over at sarahlock.com. 2 H's, 2 K's. We can't change the past, but we can certainly change the future. And I don't want this to be a very abrupt video, but you know, P. Diddy said it back in the day, vote or die. And I think, you know, what was once a joke is now something that is legitimate, because that is the reality that a lot of people face. I'm going to go ahead and bounce. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Stay well, stay safe, be kind to one another. I love you always. My inbox is always open if you ever need it. And with that said, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.